If there's anything you do today, take just a minute to listen to this song by artist Jesse Wells, linked in the description box below. Titled United Health, Wells puts the sheer absurdity and inhumanity of our country's for-profit healthcare into focus with bone-chilling bars like commoditized health, monopolized fraud. Here's the doctors we own, here's the research we bought, and they own the pharmacies and a lot of the meds. They should start buying graves to sell us when we're all dead, making it clear as day to anyone listening that the system and the ultra-wealthy figureheads perpetuating and protecting the system by any means necessary is corrupt beyond repair due to a profit motive being attached to human suffering. The chorus of the song, there ain't no you in United Health, there ain't no me in the company, there ain't no us in the private trust, there's hardly humans in humanity, makes the sad, dark reality we're currently living in that much more obvious. Promoting class consciousness and organizing along class lines is the only way we can remedy our situation. And people like Jesse Wells are essential in spreading this message, because for every Jesse out there, there are an infinite amount of people willing to go to bat for our country's oligarchs, aligning themselves with their class interests, all for a hefty paycheck.
The Instagram posts from nutbag people, which I was sent in the commercial break earlier, crazy. Like, he's cute, and people celebrating this. This is a sickness. Honestly, it's so disappointing, but I guess we shouldn't be surprised. Gentlemen, thank you so much. And up next, the other big news out of New York, Daniel Penny. A lot of people think he's a hero.
Now, he's a prep school kid. He's politically connected in Maryland.
He's ready for prison?
I don't think anyone's ready, Brian. Maybe you are, Brian, in a different way. But this guy's not ready. He's way too soft. He's going to get annihilated on the inside, and good. If he's not going to get the death penalty, maybe someone will do him justice behind bars. That's all I have to say about that.
You should stop there.
Right? People say that a lot.
Look no further than Laura Ingraham, Jesse Waters, their Fox News colleagues, and the collective legacy turning a blind eye to and refusing to grapple with the root causes of why a brutal act of violence has resonated so deeply with the broader American public. Case in point. If these sound bites captured by News Nation are any indication, Brian Thompson's alleged shooter, Luigi Mangione, doesn't appear to be in any danger in state custody, and the mere suggestion he would be shows just how out of touch Waters and people of his ilk truly are.
All of the CEOs out there being like, I'm so scared, violence is not the answer. Gen Z is really sitting here like, oh my God, y'all really raised the school shooter generation and now you're asking us for sympathy. You normalize gun violence to the point where we take days to weeks off of school to practice what to do when an armed gunman comes into our building. We grew up in a generation where our lawmakers look at our dead kids, our dead friends, our dead peers, and they tell us that the answer, that the solution for that was a bulletproof backpack. And now you're upset. You want us to cry because some man got shot in broad daylight? This happens. Welcome to a regular Tuesday at school in America.
A brilliant point by this Gen Z TikToker. When regular, everyday American adults and children have been constantly subjected to all sorts of acts of violence, especially gun violence, and have been given zero empathy and zero solutions from the ruling class for decades, why are they surprised about any of this? It's because our country demands that we deify and venerate these people, which in turn cultivates an attitude of superiority and entitlement that has always been present among the wealthy in capitalist societies.
This is not to comment, and this is not to say that an act of violence is justified, but I think for anyone who is confused or shocked or appalled, they need to understand that people interpret and feel and experience denied claims as an act of violence against them. People go homeless over the financial devastation of a diagnosis that doesn't get addressed, or, you know, the amount that they're going to have to cover with a surprise bill and things like that. And when we kind of talk about how systems are violent in this country, in this passive way, our privatized healthcare system is like that for a huge amount of Americans.
Violence is never the answer. This guy gets a trial who's allegedly killed the CEO of United Health. But you can only push people so far. And then they start to take matters into their own hands.
AOC and Elizabeth Warren couldn't be more correct. It's just a fact that the further and further you push someone into a corner, they will inevitably retaliate with violence because they perceive that to be the only solution to remedying their situation. Now watch how Bernie Sanders navigates the rest of this Meet the Press interview.
Is this the right time in the wake of this horrific murder to be talking about health care policy?
Look, Elizabeth Warren obviously understands killing and murder and shooting somebody in the back is totally unacceptable. What you have seen rising up is people's anger at a health insurance industry which denies people the health care that they desperately need while they make billions and billions of dollars in profit. So killing anybody, shooting somebody in the back who's the father of two is outrageous. It is unacceptable. Nobody should applaud it. I know Senator Warren did not. But I think what we need to ask ourselves when we talk about health care is why we are the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people, why we have a life expectancy which is significantly lower than in other countries, why working class people die 5 to 10 years shorter than the people on top.
That's what this is about. There's never a bad time to highlight our fundamentally broken healthcare system and ways that we can fix it when our family, friends, and neighbors are dying as a result.
We are moving rapidly into an oligarchic form of society. Never before in American history have so few billionaires, so few people had so much wealth and so much power. Never before has there been so much concentration of ownership, sector after sector, power of Wall Street, and never before in American history, and we better talk about this, have the people on top had so much political power. We can't go around the world saying, oh, well, in Russia, Putin has an oligarchy. Well, we got an oligarchy here, too. And in this last election, in both parties, billionaires spent huge amounts of money to elect their candidates.
The only thing we'd amend is saying that America was designed to be, and has always been, an oligarchy-dominated society. But other than that, Bernie was cooking during this appearance. And speaking of billionaires electing their preferred candidate,
that people are reaching out to you and offering to help pay for his legal bills.
That's correct.
Would you accept those offers? I mean, I imagine you maybe have, I don't know, have you ever gotten that before?
Nah, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't.
Why do you think they're offering?
I don't know. People, you talk about, the Supreme Court says, all these rich billionaires can give all kind of money to candidates, and that's free speech. So maybe these people are exercising their right to free speech and saying that's the way they're supporting my client.
To reiterate, we're not advocating for anyone to take matters into their own hands and inflict vigilante violence. What we are advocating for is using the momentum for good by recognizing your class position and organizing across class lines to achieve the goal of Medicare for all. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.